Hey everybody, CanadianChili here, and welcome to the story of how horrible this Let's Play was to record. So I'm recording this story, this monologue, after finishing the game and recording it all. And I want you to understand the length and hassle I went through just to record this. So, before I got my new computer, I played Rogue Warrior on my old computer, and it worked out fine. I had no issues with it, it ran fine, no issues at all. So, maybe a few weeks ago I got the funny idea, you know what? I think I'm going to Let's Play Rogue Warrior. It's a stupid game, and I want to be able to thank everybody in real time for all the support you've given me, so I might as well do that now. So thank you everybody for all the support and love you have shown my videos since I have started Let's Playing again. It really does mean a whole lot to me that so many people are enjoying the content I'm creating. And I have seen a lot of people did enjoy Half-Life, and don't worry, Half-Life will be continuing. I will be doing Opposing Force, Blue Shift, and Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2. Those will all come in time. Don't worry. And they will all be blind. But getting back into Rogue Warrior, I decided, you know what? Instead of just making a normal, boring thank you update video type thing, I'll do it in a Let's Play. So, I downloaded and installed Rogue Warrior from Steam. Nothing hard there. I launched it, and it would run fine for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then the game would flicker being up and minimized, so it'd go from the game to the desktop rapidly until it crashed. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. I can't really record a game like that. So, I did some research, I looked around, and I found out I can install 2 DLL files in the directory of the game to fix that issue. So, I did just that, and lo and behold, it worked! Except that the graphics are all messed up now. And like foliage were rectangles, and the black and white effect when you get injured actually was just a black square on your screen. That's all it was. Okay. So I did a little bit more research, and I found out there was another DLL that would fix the issue. So I get that one, I put that in the directory, remove the other 2, and it works. It's stable, the game looks as good as it can for Rogue Warrior. And yeah, everything's great. Except somehow, this was the only Bethesda game from the late 2000s that decided, you know what, I don't care about locking your mouse in the screen. Your mouse can go wherever you want it to go. So, if I was playing, naturally I'd click off on my left or right monitor instead of it being locked on my middle monitor. Okay. So, I look around and I found a program called Cursor Lock, which does exactly what it sounds like it would do. So, I install that program, I get it set up so that, you know, it would be with the game, and it would lock my mouse into the game, and the game didn't care. The game's like, nah, you can have full control of your mouse still. Okay, cool. So, I have to go into a strict setting on Cursor Lock to just override everything on my computer and be like, you stay on this monitor only. And it worked. Cool. I have Rogue Warrior running on my computer. The mouse is staying where it needs to stay. And now if I move my mouse too fast, left or right, the game decides, I don't like that, I'm gonna crash. Okay, so I go into the Steam launch options and force it to be windowed mode. And believe it or not, Rogue Warrior doesn't have video settings on PC. It had the same ones as you will see on the Xbox version, which is just like brightness and some other setting. No VSync, no resolution options. You're stuck with whatever the game tells you you're gonna have. So anyways, I put it in a forced window mode via Steam, and cool. It's working. I can record now. At least, so I thought. Apparently, OBS and Rogue Warrior were having some sort of battle over my graphics card, which I don't know why or how, because it's a 7900 XT. It's got 20 gigs of video RAM. Neither of these two programs should be straining the graphics card. But anyways, they were fighting, and they would crash each other. Okay. I give up. At least I give up on Steam. Because, thankfully, I owned a copy of this game already on the PlayStation 3. So, I get my graphics card, I get my capture card out, I get my PS3 out, get it all hooked up, and I forgot something. The PlayStation 3 has HD content protection on it, which cannot be disabled like the PS4 or the PS5. Okay, not a problem. I have an HDMI splitter, which should break up the HDCP signal. So I get that out. I hook all that up into this mess of cables and boxes and wires and all that now. And it didn't break the signal up. Okay. Let's try something a bit more drastic. So, instead of using HDMI on the PS3, I decide I'm going to use the old component cables. Red, white, and yellow. So, I get that old cable out, plug it into the PS3, plug that into an HDMI scaler, plug that into the capture card, and it works. I can record. It's on the screen. It's being captured. Except it looks like absolute dog shit because it's a literal 480i signal being upscaled to 720p or 1080p depending on whatever setting I had it on. Okay, cool. So, I am not going to record a game that looks like absolute shit and have it look even worse than it should. So, at this point, I decide to go back to Steam. So I unhook everything and go back to Steam. And I go back on OBS and I change the codec settings. I change it to encode via software instead of hardware, and that didn't fix anything. Rogue Warrior and OBS are still fighting with each other. So at this point, I have literally thrown in the white towel, and I literally go on eBay and spend $20 to get a copy of the game for the Xbox 360, just because I know that the 360 does not have HDCP for game content. And the following 3 episodes of swearing, stabbing people in the throat, and horrible grenade throws are the result of all this blood, sweat, and tears I put in to getting this to run. So, I do hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. It's not a good game, but it's kind of fun to watch it. So, I'll catch you for episode 1.